Welcome back to News Desk. We still have a few minutes on the clock, and it's the 6th day of anguish and anxiety for families of the 4 miners who are yet to be rescued from the Abimbo gold mine collapse site that's in Bondo, Siaya County. Now, the use of excavators was stopped because the ground became shaky, and they feared that if they continued with the excavators, it may collapse, killing the trapped miners, who have been communicating with the rescuers via a pipe. Now, families now want the involvement of KDF soldiers. We are now joined by our reporter, Kevin Ogutu, who has been covering this story for the last 6 days or so. Kevin, good afternoon. It's not a good one for many of the families in Bondo who are still looking forward to rescuing their loved ones. We know the operation stopped yesterday using the excavators, but they still hope, as you were telling me earlier, that there has been further communication from the trapped miners.
Yes, Mijungu, this is yet another day, the 6th of sweltering heat right here at Abimbo, a gold mine in Bondo, Siaya County. And as you've mentioned, the families are getting more and more desperate in as much as the miners here, those who are involved in the rescue mission, who are also the miners with experience of how they were going about these, making the tunnels here, are saying that they're making progress. Remember, as you mentioned in the intro, Mijungu, the use of the excavators, I don't know whether they're visible from here, the 2 of them, were stopped yesterday after it became evident that the ground was shaky and this could compromise the whole rescue and search exercise. And therefore, the latest is that now the miners here, who are all equally involved in the search and rescue mission, have now resorted to the use of their own hands. I mean, like removing the soil from the collapsed mine just to make a way towards where these trapped miners are. The latest is that they've been in touch with at least 3 out of the 4 miners, with some information coming to us that the 3 miners are actually together in one shaft, and they've told those who are outside that they've had some movement on the adjacent shaft, meaning this is a total of 4. So from time to time, they've been, blowing in their fresh air using a compressor after every 5 to 10 minutes, just to ensure that in as much as food cannot reach them, they should have at least some reasonable supply of oxygen, which is very much needed in such an environment where they've been for 6 days now. And therefore, I will just like to bring on board one of the family members who has been here for the 6th day now. He's called George Ayeko. George Ayeko, I know this is a very difficult time for you as a family. Maybe we can start with the identification of your family member and how you're related to them.
Okay, my name is George Ayeko. Jack down there is the son of my brother. And we've been here for the last 6 days ever since this thing happened. That was Thursday last week. So they've stayed there for about 6 days, which translates to, at now it is about 146 hours. Okay. They are just down there. So our concern is what the national government is doing, because I believe government has a lot of machinery, so many other ways that can help find out whether these people are still there or not. But like you see, we have examples. Like something happened in Mombasa, they mobilized everything. They mobilized every machinery, and that lady was brought up. The same thing happened just the other day in Kitui. Everybody was there. All the government machineries were there. Even here, they can even bring sniffer dogs just to get information on what is happening on the ground. So as it is right now, we are really appreciating what these guys are doing on the ground. But again, we need now, at that level, they need some expertise. They need some people who are really experienced on handling such kind of issues. So our plea to the government, to the national government, because of course, Siaya government, they've done what they can do. So as it is right now, our appeal to the national government is that even the army, they can involve the army, they can involve the NYS. They are trained people on this kind of issues. So we really ask the government to come in and maybe help us get the gentlemen down there. They never came here for fun. They were just looking for how they can make ends meet.
Okay. Well, just before I let you go, the families have been here for the last 6 days and counting. How has it been? Because I'm made to understand that you sleep here, you spend the days here. How has it been for you, and who gives you the supplies?
It has not been easy. It has not been easy. The only thing we do here, as families, we just contribute. Like, we have people who come in at night and others go back in the morning. When they go in the morning, some others come to stay with the immediate families. So what we do, we just contribute some little money among ourselves. Then we feed those who come around. Because, you know, of course, they can't stay there without eating anything.
Okay. Okay. Thank you so much. Because of time, we have to stop it there. But Mijungu, it is evident that this is a very difficult moment for the families of those who've been trapped here. Remember, 6 days is a lot of time to be underground, several feet above the ground, and therefore, in as much as they are having that hope, the hope appears to be fading. But again, we have to keep on hoping. So that is the match that we have from this end. Of course, we are keeping an eye on this, and should there be any development, then of course, we will be here to report it when it happens. Back to you in studio, Mijungo.
Thank you very much, Kevin Ogutu, on the ground for us in Abimbo. Well, to shed light on further on what exactly is happening and why this is taking too long is the former area member of parliament, and that's Nicholas Gumbo, actually former Rarieda member of parliament. And engineer, you are an engineer by profession. This has taken too long. Why do you think it's taking too long, and what is the solution that you would prescribe at this particular moment for a near solution to this?
I think this is not even an engineering problem. This is a pure dereliction of duty by the government, and I don't think there's any need to mince words about this. And this is, for me, I am actually very pained, because this is systematic. That area is a disaster-prone area. It's not just the gold mines. Over time, and you know this because you come from that area, boats do capsize. When it happens, it's a problem for the locals. When will it be a time that Kenya treats all its citizens equally? I've been in this country long enough, and I do know that there was a time that there was a bus crash in Tanzania, and the government complained. Why is the government not deploying KTN? Why is this becoming a problem for the locals alone? This is not right. I mean, people are underground. These are not rats. These are human beings. The families are in anguish. There is absolutely no government. I was there on Saturday. The DCC is there. The OCPD is there. But they are helpless as anybody else. It is actually us contributing to maintain their upkeep there. Why is the government neglecting certain parts of the country? This is completely not acceptable. The government, the military, has specialized equipment which they can use, specialized equipment which can use infrared cameras, even to detect how far these people are, even to be able to monitor the condition of these people. Why is the government not doing it? No one is talking for these people. The families are helpless. The anguish, anxiety. Why is the government not concerned at all? This is about saving lives. And honestly, this trend of always some parts of the country being less important than other parts of the country is a matter that's not acceptable.
All said, engineer. This is a story that we're keeping tabs on. We're sorry we've run out of time, but we'll be seeking your perspective a little bit later on to speak to you about what exactly is the near solution to this. And I understand your anger. I understand the frustration of the villagers and the families and the residents there. But we have to leave it there for now. On News Desk, we'll be back at the top of the hour with Africa Speaks. But straight after this, some sports. And I see Konyike is already on standby also. Stay with us. I'll be back at the top of the hour.